Did you know with just 10 buy-to-let deals, you could be generating over £3,000 a month passive income and generating hundreds of thousands of pounds in equity? And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's episode, Buy-to-Let Investing UK. Hey, my name is Liam Ryan. I'm a professional property investor. I've been doing this stuff for over 20 years. I've made all the mistakes in the book, and over the last 8 years, it has been incredible, like turning on a tap, and I've personally been involved with over £28 million worth of property deals, and I can show ordinary people just like you and I how to get extraordinary life-changing results. So if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, give us a comment, hit the like button, and make sure you stay tuned for more videos. So let's take a look at buy-to-let investing. This is one of the oldest, most traditional property investment strategies, and I absolutely love this. I absolutely love all property strategies, but you just cannot be vanilla, cookie cutting approach, rinse and repeat buy-to-let. So what is a buy-to-let? This is where you go and buy property and then you rent it out to a family, an individual, or a couple. You typically have a mortgage on a property. The tenants are paying the mortgage, and then you are left with cash flow. And typically the average buy-to-let in the UK, you can be making £300 per calendar month, there or thereabouts, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. So with just 10 of these in the portfolio, you could be generating £3,000, if not £4,000 a month passive income. Passive income is really making money while you sleep, making money without having to do all of the work. Now, of course, it's not truly passive. There is an element of managing the portfolio, putting some time in. However, you can become super leveraged. And why do I love buy-to-let investing? Look, you do the work once, you get paid for a lifetime. You do the work once, you get paid for a lifetime. And if you get the right property in the right location, number one, you get passive income, and number two, you also get capital appreciation. Property prices here in many parts of the UK double every 10 years. So you buy a property today for 200,000, in just 10 years, that could be worth £400,000. Now, you have a couple of options when you do buy-to-lets. Number one, you can buy a property which is ready to rent out. So it's a good property in a good area. That could be a house, that could be a flat, and you don't really have to do any work. You get the property at market rate, you rent it out, it might show you a 6 or 7 or 8% yield, and you put your deposit down, you get a mortgage, you rent it out, and you let time do its thing. And what most older traditional investors do is they work really hard, more hours, they get more jobs, open more businesses, they save up these deposit pots, and then they get a buy-to-let. And then they follow the process and they get a buy-to-let. And then they follow the process and then they get the buy-to-let. I'm not saying it's wrong. That is very slow. It's very boring. It is going to take you maybe decades to get any decent amount of properties in the portfolio. There is a faster way. There is a newer way. There is a smarter way of doing this. And this is where you go and find dirty, horrible, smelly, disgusting properties that need a lot of work, run-down houses. You want to get the worst house on the best street. And then you're going to bring this property back to life using a build team, maybe a new kitchen, a new bathroom, an extension, do the garden, maybe take it from 2 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms, maybe turn it into 2 flats or 3 flats, maybe go and do a loft extension. There are many ways when you do buy-to-let where you can add value to properties. As you add the value and you bring this masterpiece back to life, You then go and get it refinanced, revalued, and then you go and get a mortgage. But because you've increased the value by X percentage, the money that you put in for the deposit and the refurb cost, you are able to pull out all of that or most of that money, which means from just one deposit pot, you can rinse and repeat the process. And I've seen people that I've personally trained that have used one deposit pot to go and access 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 properties. You rinse and repeat. It's much faster, it's easier to scale. Now, for full transparency, you're not going to pull out all your money on every deal. Depends on location, depends on the purchase price, depends on the refurb. And there is another way in which you can scale. You can use joint venture funding. You can use bridging, you can use joint ventures, you can use investor money. There's many different ways in which you can create creative strategies so you do not even have to use your own money. I've personally now raised over £9 million of other people's money. I've been involved with over £28 million worth of property deals in just the last 8 years. I've now trained thousands of people. I've got the best name in the business. I love property, love business, love entrepreneurship. And even if, imagine this, right? Imagine this. Even if you did 3 buy-to-let properties a year, and you made a promise right here, right now, that you were going to do this to build a legacy for your future, for your family, for your children, so you could be remembered for doing something positive. And even if you did 3 a year, and you did that for the next 20 years, that is 60 buy-to-let properties in the portfolio. And if you then buy them in the right location, those properties can double not just once, they can double twice in the next 20 years. When a property goes up in value, you then refinance, you pull out the equity, and then you buy more houses. This is why I love buy-to-let property investing, and it works pretty much all over the country. Some areas like London, yes, properties are more expensive, the yield will be lower, but the capital appreciation should be higher. Even places like Newcastle right now, they are seeing great capital appreciation. They never really saw capital appreciation, but the market is changing. We are in a period where we have a shortfall of 400,000 homes a year. We live on a small island, they're not making any more land, we are massively overpopulated, and people need affordable housing. And this is why I truly believe that if you're watching this now, you should be a professional property investor. At least start your journey with a few buy-to-lets. Dip your toe in the water. Income follows assets. So if you like the idea of getting involved with buy-to-lets, if you want to be that person using other people's money, if you want to get out of bad debts, if you want to live a lifestyle, if you want more holidays, if you want to put your kids through private schooling, you just want to sleep better at night, then property investing could be for you. Hey, somewhere in the description there's a link. Hit that link, grab a free ticket to one of my up and coming events. I run the UK's leading property business and wealth training company. I love business, love property, love entrepreneurship. It would be an honor if we can get to hang out. So why don't you come and meet me and my world-class team at one of our free events. It could just be the event that changes everything for you. It really doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. The only requirement is that you have a drive and a passion to change your life, and you love the idea of starting, scaling and growing a property portfolio. Come and hang out. I'll take you behind the curtains. You never know. You could be my next biggest success story, like Hadjit, 127 deals. Rob Mason, over 130 deals. The Dobsons, over 50 deals. You could be that next person changing your life, doing what you want, when you want, whenever you want. So click on that link, grab your free ticket, and I will see you on the other side. Podcast, what's it? Welcome to today's podcast, and I am super excited because we are going to be looking at one of the oldest traditional property investing